Cruel and malicious. That's how a psychiatrist described the apparent imprisonment of a Jupiter boy in his family's garage. Jurors heard that testimony today in the teenager's father's trial, Timothy Ferritter. They also heard and saw much more in recorded video from that jail cell-like room where the boy was locked up. The doctor testified after watching hours of surveillance video of the boy confined and also berated by his father.
Investigative reporter Terry Parker was in the courtroom and also saw those videos. And Terry, what were they like?
I can tell you that after watching those videos that they are certainly damaging to the defense. In one of them, we see Timothy Ferritter pushing his son, screaming at him, threatening, and then in a heartbreaking aftermath, we see the boy alone in the pitch dark crying night after night. The doctor who testified called it sadistic and torture.
This is video of Timothy Ferritter installing a Ring camera in the box-like room he built in his garage to confine his teenage son. But the videos he captured are now coming back to haunt him, being played in his false imprisonment trial as evidence of child abuse. One of the videos showed Tim Ferritter grab the boy, push him, and scream threats.
You want to take this thing to the next level? Let's do it. Let's do it in Florida, too. Let's do it in Florida, too. Let's go.
Then he slams out, turns out the light, and you hear the boy crying alone in the dark.
He's afraid of another abusive episode occurring or being harmed, or he said he was even afraid of being killed.
Dr. Wade Myers testified for the state after watching the videos. We're not showing them so as not to identify the boy, but they depict day after day of the boy being woken up, spoken to briefly by his mother Tracy, going to school, and then coming straight back to being locked in the box again. Often his few books or meals were taken away or lights turned off as punishment.
He's literally, for 3 years, spending most of his life, the majority of it, in solitary confinement with very little stimulation and interaction when he is in there.
Ferritter's attorneys asked the doctor about the boy's psychological problems, including oppositional defiance disorder. He said he'd need to know more about the boy's circumstances when that diagnosis was made. But earlier he said this.
There's no set of circumstances concerning a child's behavior that would justify this sort of really torturous behavior.
In fact, Dr. Myers testified that the boy would have been treated better in a juvenile detention facility. At least there, he said, the lights wouldn't be taken away, his meals wouldn't be withheld, he'd have books to read, and he wouldn't have to use the bathroom in a bucket. He could go to an actual toilet instead. The testimony continues early tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m., and this trial will continue into next week. We will be covering all aspects of it for you. Live in West Palm Beach, I'm Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.
Terry, thank you, and we'll continue to stream the trial on our WPBF 25 News app. Make sure to turn on the breaking news alerts so you can be notified of any new developments in court.